Dipset. Come on. Yeah. Fuck with your boy. Yeah. It's Santana. Once again. Hey man. Oh yeah, man. Let me see do this. Killer. Chip. Freaking. Yeah, man. I'm back at it. Come on. Today's a new day. Got the booty up in the suitcase. So go uptown to Harlem. Tell them that I sent ya. Tell them it's August, I'm going to November. I need a couple birds, get a broad, have them sent up. Call my bird, get my broad, have her sent up. Please. Call my niggas, call my squad, have them sent up. Please. Yeah, I see a town I'm liking. See some niggas getting money in a town, I like it. Yeah. I run up on them with the pound and light it like it's my block now, alright, kid?
Buy this car to drive to work to pay for this car. Buy this car to drive to work to work.
Welcome to Yellbrick Road. I am Jordan, and today Bernie Sanders has finally called the Gaza, there's 10 million words you can use for it, situation. Let's call it that. Let's do the reverse Bernie Sanders. The Gaza situation, a genocide for the first time ever. But first, I do want to go over some stories before this. But for now, I'll just say, description box, charities, Discord, please click the links, join them, donate to them. All of it is very much appreciated. All right. So before I get to the Bernie Sanders little op-ed, let's go over some other things. Now, we have a guy that works for Infowars named Harrison Smith. And according to him, at least in this tweet, I don't know if he retracted or not. I don't know. You can see here that President Trump has invited Netanyahu to the White House on September 29th. And this guy's saying he's going to arrest him. Now, is that a troll or something? It's funny because everyone knows the American government is more loyal to the Israeli president than the American one.
You say September 29th?
September 29th. So this guy's definitely doubling down on it, he says. And when it doesn't happen, we have this bookmarked. He's like, bookmark it twice. Meaning he's guaranteeing, basically, right? On the 29th, the fourth visit for Netanyahu, since the inauguration, he will be arrested. I guess I'll keep my eye open. I'll leave room for any possibility. It's just no evidence points in that direction. And ironically enough, you can actually relate it to Bernie Sanders calling a crime, right? And he officially calls it a genocide, which is basically lawful speech for calling it a blatant crime, right? You could do that with this guy. Let's say he does arrest him. It's like, wait, you waited for all these bodies to get burned, charged, shot, bombed, houses blown up, people displaced, people starved. You wait for all that shit to happen, and then you're like, all right, arrest him. Now, people like this idiot, now, people like this motherfucker, people like Alex Jones, they're going to celebrate, say, see, we told you we were right about Trump. See, we were right. And it's like, the massacring that's happened? I mean, it was bad enough under Joe Biden. It got extra ramped up under Trump. And if this is his fourth visit, that means you had 3 other opportunities to arrest him. If you were going to do that. What were you waiting for?
It wasn't clear then.
Oh, okay.
He didn't understand.
Was he waiting for Bernie, just like Bernie? Like, I'm waiting for the UN to call it a genocide. Now I'll arrest him. Is that what we're waiting for? But guess what? I mean, something as a situation like that where it's blatant, either incompetence, stupidity, or corruption, these guys are going to praise him. They're going to praise him if that shit happened. Not that I actually think it's going to happen. But I leave room. It's just insulting to my intelligence. See, look, he did it. Did what? How many families have died? How many? How many houses fucking torn down and turned into fucking dust?
Well, it takes a while for the gears of law to turn or something like that.
Once again, this would be his fourth visit, Dubster.
You have to trust the plan.
And you don't need the UN.
But
By the way, he was already under investigation with the ICJ and the ICC, right? So you already had enough room to arrest him in the first place. I'm just saying.
we got probable cause after 2 weeks.
Oh, okay. Got it.
I mean, like, think about probable cause, and then think about indictments and the difference.
All right.
That's
So, all right. So Trump
that's the
was.
stupidity here.
Well, besides, he's not going to do it. Right? It's just
Wow.
somebody's tweeting.
I have to leave room, Jesse, just to be honest and philosophically correct about the situation. But anyways, it's like, so Trump, what he was doing was, okay, listen, I'll hand you all these bombs. Here's all the 2,000-pound bombs you want. Bombs, ammunition, guns, weapons, whatever the fuck. Here's billions of dollars. Oh, 20 billion plus. Here's all this. We'll keep giving you this shit. Here's intelligence. They'll give you intelligence and logistics. Here's that. We'll shoot defense missiles, from Iran fucking you up. We'll do that for you too. We'll help do the entire crime. In fact, we'll plan out a fucking computerized fucking futuristic Riviera city in Gaza. We'll plan out how we're gonna tear down their shit and replace it with our own shit. He did all these things just to arrest him on a random day in September. Are you serious? Are you fucking kidding me? And these guys want to be considered credible. He better be fucking joking. This better be a joke. He's trolling everyone. He is joking. This Harrison Smith guy is trolling and joking to everyone. The big, gag. Pause. But you know what? I just want to put that out there for my audience who gives zero fucks about Harrison Smith, just so you can hear
Bro,
some of the shit I fucking
he's not gonna arrest him for Gaza. He's gonna arrest him for Charlie Kirk.
Oh, okay. Got it.
I mean, did you not? You missed the Candace what she talked about today.
I thought she was still fumbling dicks. French dicks, to be in particular. But she's
No,
fumbling
she
that
talked
around.
about that. That was 32 seconds long. What she talked about the Macron thing. The rest of it is all about Charlie Kirk, and then NETANYAHU getting extra defensive for Charlie Kirk's death. So why is he being so defensive?
Well,
That was
I've
basically
been seeing
what
everyone
she was
saying that.
saying.
Okay, fair enough. I've been seeing everyone shared a clip of Netanyahu doing another interview talking about Charlie Kirk and the conspiracy theories surrounding it. But then again, just to be honest about things, people were saying that like an hour after Charlie died. They're like, yo, Israel did it. It was Israel. People were saying that all over the place. So you actually left this guy room to get on TV and be like, look, there's all these theories out there. I didn't do anything. He has room to do that now because everyone's throwing that theory out there instead of being a little bit more investigative about it. Which I'll give Max Blumenthal some credit for at least presenting something a little bit more. It's circumstantial. There's no direct evidence, and he says himself like, oh, well, I don't know who did it, or if it was like something beyond just this Tyler Robinson guy. But he's still at least presenting evidence first and trying to work around with that. So I'll be fair on that front. But other than that, there's a lot of people just saying it. Kind of outright saying it or outright implying it. And it's like, even if this guy's a fucking cunt, you still, like, if you're the good guy, you still have to be fair. Granted, I did not listen to Netanyahu's portion of that thing. And honestly, for all we know, he may want those theories to be out there. People got to consider that as well. He may want that out there. Because guess what? That's less noticing of the fucking tragedies doing in Gaza. That he's ramped up quite a bit, actually, in the past week or so, couple weeks. I think they just got their internet back, so we're now gonna get more and more footage of what's happening in there. That was crazy, man. They went to occupy Gaza City. It seemed like nobody fucking cared about it. It's crazy, or heard about it in the first place. Fucking nuts. Let's keep it moving. Here's some more stories about the area. This is from the finance minister from Dropsite News. They're translating what he's saying. He's speaking Hebrew, I guess. The Gaza Strip is becoming a real estate bonanza, and the plan is on President Trump's desk. So It's on his desk, but he's going to wait to arrest him. Got it. Finance Minister Bezalel Smotrich said that said at the Real Estate Center conference, the Real Estate Center for that situation. Got it. He said negotiations have begun with the U.S. regarding a business plan for Gaza. We paid a lot of money for the war, so we need to decide how to divide the percentages of the land in Gaza. The demolition phase is always the first phase of urban renewal. We did that. Now we need to start building. And there's already reports of settlers encroaching around Gaza. As soldiers take up more territory, these guys are ready to jump in and start planting flags everywhere. So, and this is going to tie into the other part of UN voting in regards to the Palestinian state, right? Like, well, as time keeps going by and they keep getting denied a state, mainly by the U.S. and Israel, obviously, more and more territory gets eaten up to where, like, well, what state? What would be their land? Where's their land at? I don't see it. If they're that tiny of a portion of the area on a map, right? You can't have a state at that point. Which is why they're probably moving at breakneck speeds. Which is why Trump says things like, get the job done. Which is why there's internal memos from the Netanyahu administration about, yo, wait for Trump, and then that's what we'll push. We'll push really hard. In fact, they used the bullshit ceasefire to rearm, reamp, and then go as fast-paced as they possibly could. You know, while also hiding the crime that they're doing by saying they're looking after human rights. They're trying to avoid civilians. Hamas is in every other house. On and so forth. The narratives we've heard 10 million times already. It's crime in front of your face. Another story here involving the UN voting. As you can see, the United States vetoes Security Council draft resolution that would have demanded immediate, unconditional, and permanent ceasefire in Gaza, and immediate, dignified, and unconditional release of all hostages held by Hamas and other groups. 14 in favor, 1 against. As usual. No, he has to do this so that it'll lull Netanyahu to sleep. Right? It'll lull Netanyahu to sleep. He'll come to the U.S. and then boom, Trump will arrest him. Genius plan.
Veto wins, right? 14 agree, but that 1 vetoes.
And the other one was 142 to like 10 for a Palestinian state. With I think there was like 10 that what's it called? Like abstain or whatever the fuck the word is, right? Or they don't vote, or they vote neutral, I guess.
Yeah, abstention.
You would think 142 to like 10 would be like, oh, that's an overwhelming win. Overwhelmingly.
Yep.
But one nation said no, and that usually does the deal. And we all know what that is.
Yep.
Yeah. Lovely.
Permanent ceasefire, unconditional. So
which Hamas agrees with to release all of the hostages. The thing they claim they want. The thing they claim they want. The thing that the U.S. says, we need to get those hostages. We need to get them. They vote against it.
that 1 vote stopped all of that.
Come on.
Mm-hmm.
Come on. Who runs this shit, bro? Come on.
What is it? Is it 7 countries have veto power?
What's the
5.
5.
Love it.
Russia.
It's the winners
America.
of World War II.
Motherfuckers with nukes. That's what we'll say. Anyways.
Russia, America, France, England. What's the 5th one?
China.
They didn't win more. Well, they
motherfuckers would
World
fuck you
War
up
II.
powers. That's who has it.
They are considered winners of World War II.
They survived
regardless.
it.
I mean, it's quite interesting. Quite interesting. They tell you about the hostages. The people saying they want the hostages goes against a deal that gets you back the hostages. Like, in plain sight in front of everyone. But apparently a person who's late to the fucking party is a guy named Bernie Sanders. Yes, the war in Gaza is a genocide. I hope you'll take a moment to read my op-ed here. Why not, Bernie? I'll read your fucking op-ed. But at first, I want to say this. To me, it's almost like, I mean, it might as well be the 2016 election. Or sorry, the 2015 primaries. Right? Where Bernie is openly, blatantly being cheated. Left and right, the news media smearing him. The fucking polls don't work out correctly. The caucuses don't look right. But there's
Flip a coin.
no one officially said that that something corrupt happened. So thus, it must be all legit. Right, Bernie?
Flip a coin. The coin didn't land right. We do it again.
You know, like, somehow Bernie, his eyes, ears, and fucking brain couldn't see what's going on in Gaza. He needs the UN to tell you first. He needs that to happen first. And it's like, damn. If there's something to take a risk on, because the reason why he kept saying, or stopped, or kept not using the word genocide, was because of it's a lawful word. And everyone's like, exactly. That's why we're saying that, Bernie. It's a criminal action happening over there. Blatantly. And it's on everyone's fucking phones. And you're going to wait for the fucking UN? Good God, bro. That means you are not a needle mover at all, bro. Holy Christ. Who knows? Maybe you calling it a genocide with the name and weight that you have, maybe it would have done something earlier. Maybe the UN would have been like, damn, but Bernie Sanders said it, so let's go check out. Let's really go there now. Who knows? Maybe Netanyahu would have had problems coming to the U.S. asking for more weapons and money. So yeah, like I don't understand exactly how everything works in fucking Washington. When I see things like Thomas Massey, where he's like, I'm going to fuck around with the rules to get these Epstein files released, right? Not saying it's the biggest topic of all time. It's an important topic, but still, you can see how he did like maneuvering to make something come about. Where are you at, Bernie? Bernie hands like a paper to fucking Adolf Hitler and says, "Oh, my bill proposes that we end the Nazi regime." and Hitler's like, "No," and rips it up. "Oh, all right. I'll go back and try again." Like, where's your, like, what are we doing? What's your point here then? You have kids in school that call it out before Bernie Sanders does. And yes, it was a legal term. Now, for me personally, by the way, I also think the idea of during Biden's administration, when this all kicked off, and Biden was also shoveling weapons and money towards Israel, I think Bernie was keeping his mouth quiet about how much of a crime it is because he has to protect Joe Biden, another criminal. And Dubster, you're the legal expert, right? If someone commits a triple homicide, and you know them, right? They come to your house and you hide them in your house. What does that make you?
Accessory.
Well, God damn it, Bernie.
After the fact.
Should we take a look, Bernie?
Accessory after the fact.
Yo,
Not
Bernie.
accessory during the murdering, but accessory after the fact.
Well, let's be honest. I'll leave him room for this, but he should know how Biden would handle Gaza and Israel. I think he should know already. I think he should know that one. But either way, okay, fine. I'll leave room for that. Either way, it's like, you're a part of it, you fucking dummy.
This is during. Is it still going?
Yeah, and exactly. We still are in the thing. And it's like, it's incredible. It's like, yo, they literally, in his political career, they have, in regards to the presidency, have fucked him over 10 million different ways. for running for president. And he's still going to go by like what they tell him as this is the answer for everything. Here it is, Bernie. You didn't get cheated. You just lost. Bernie, there's no genocide. Yeah. Then I think even his response, I saw people having their takes on his response. Even that one gets kind of, people are like shitting on that too, just the way he words things. And it's like, fuck, bro. You're a fuck. Like, you really are an old. There's no bite, bro. Just gums. Just almost pageantry. I hope he means well and he cares, but he's just like, I have to follow the exact rules, otherwise it won't look clean. And it's like, bro, but if there's a fucking house there's a burning house with a baby inside, sometimes you got to break the rules, kick the fucking door in, and grab the fucking kid and get out. Sometimes you got to do that.
Well,
this situation kind of calls for it.
He's not even following the publicly known rules. He's following the club's rules.
Exactly.
I don't know what's in this other than the title so far, but all I could think about is about 2 or 3 months ago, he literally turned his back during, like, he was in like a stage.
Yes.
I don't know if you have that queued up or not, but that's all I could think about when he's talking about this.
Because
I can bring that up.
The public rules tell us that he's supposed to be obviously calling out the crimes right in front of his eyes. The club rules tell him don't call out the lies right in front of everybody's eyes.
Going to my old videos. There's like a newer one where he was on stage. Right? I like my old videos and shit.
Does it have a sword? It doesn't have a sword.
I think so. Spelled it wrong. There we go. I have to.
One America in which the wealthiest people, the top 1%, have never
See the cops right here, rolling in. Hey, why are you booing me, huh? Why are you booing me? Wake up, Bernie. So right now you have to be fair, right? Here's Bernie Sanders. He doesn't see it yet. He doesn't see anything yet.
Don't see what?
What's happening right behind him? Free Palestine flag being taken away by cops. He can stop them. It's his event. In America today.
We have more income.
And now he sees. Now he sees what's happening. Like, excuse me, officers. Let them go. Give them their flag back and let them go. Bernie could do that right there. But there's nothing more symbolic of the Bernie Sanders time in politics. Although I know people are going to praise him for good things, but guess what? Fuck the good things, bro. It's what you fuck up on. We got to point these things out. I mean, just a fucking pussy, bro. We need pussy. It's just funny because he keeps repeating, in America today, in America today, as you see what's happening in America today, like right behind him, and he's inactive. He does nothing about it. Looks back, watches it, goes back to talking. It's incredible. Now wait for the crowd. Wait for the crowd. These frames are crazy right now. Very laggy. Hope we can hear the crowd screaming "Free Palestine."
Let me move on to, I know that this is a sensitive issue, something I am helping leading the effort.
Yeah. Something I'm helping to lead the effort to, like, are you? Are you? I saw him. All right, it was during the, what was it? Like, Senate hearings on anti-Semitism or some shit like that. Like, right around the time kids, college kids were getting rounded up because they, said "Free Palestine" or whatever the fuck. They were going against Israel. BDS movement, whatever the fuck it was, right? And there's a Senate hearing thing. And Bernie gets on there to show me, see, look what they're doing over there, though. And there's like some poster or something that was, or maybe a screenshot from a pro-Trump commercial or something like that. And it's like Soros, like, looming over the White House or some shit like that, right? He's like, look at that. That's anti-Semitic. See that? Look at that. Like, Bernie, this is what you print out postcards of? You could show the atrocities to the fucking Senate. You had that much social power. If you did that, news people might pick it up. They might. If they don't, you force it, bro. You force it. You do press conferences. You see what Thomas Massey's doing around just to get Epstein shit out there? You could be doing that. Oh, no, those pictures are too gruesome. Too gruesome. Well, guess what? Sometimes people need to see that reality, Bernie. You fucking weak-kneed pussy. And yeah, nothing more as symbolic as that shit. Of literally a Free Palestine flag. Watch him get dragged away by the cops for showing a flag, and Bernie does nothing about it. Like, he comes off as like a worshiper of power, essentially. Right? Whatever the authorities say is the case. Unless you're Republican. Christ. But, all right, let's read his little op-ed here. It is genocide. Thank you, Bernie, on September 17th, 2025. Thank you for notifying us. The very first word is Hamas. The very first word. It is genocide. Hamas, a terrorist organization, began this war with its brutal attack on October 7th, 2023. Is it a war or genocide? And no, things have been happening before that, Bernie. Well before that. But then again, we all saw the clip of Bernie
how is that
telling
written
someone
again?
What?
Where's the comma in there? Is it before Hamas or after Hamas?
After Hamas. It's the first word.
Okay, so read the whole title, everything again.
Here's the title. It is genocide. Here's the first word. Hamas, a terrorist organization, began this war with its brutal attack on October 7th, 2023.
It's fake news on the first paragraph.
He's declaring that Hamas is doing a genocide on Israel.
No, he's not. No.
No.
He's aligning with the UN. But he has to do these things. It's almost the obligatory, Israel has the right to exist. Israel has the right to exist. Like, yeah, okay. Can we talk about the genocide part now? The blatant crime that you're saying is happening now? Can we go with that? But instead, the first word is Hamas, which is crazy.
Hamas.
And it's like, and yes, this has been going on for a long time. Not October 7th. Get the fuck out of here. Just whatever. I'll just read it. Just so everyone, I didn't cheat him. I'm just reading his words. Here we go. Hamas, a terrorist organization, began this war with its brutal attack on October 7th, 2023, which killed 1,200 innocent people and took 250 hostages. Israel, as any other country, has had a right to defend itself from Hamas. I believe a lot of those are soldiers, so it depends if... I would think... It's fine, 1,200 innocent people.
Right, you just said okay to that, whatever.
It needs to be pointed out because some people don't realize that it's not. They're not making a distinction between combatants and like just party goers or regular people, right? Civilians. You should do that. Just like because, Israel won't do that. Well, if you're in Palestine, you might as well just be Hamas. They will retroactively deem you as Hamas after they, blow your whole family up. Anyways, but over the last 2 years, Israel has not simply defended itself against Hamas. Instead, it has waged an all-out war against the entire Palestinian people. Pretty obvious. Many legal experts have now concluded that Israel is committing genocide in Gaza. A lot of non-experts figured that out a long time ago before this. By the way, there are people making claims of genocide before and ethnic cleansing before October 7th, as far as what was happening in these regions of Gaza and the West Bank. For me, I'm like, it's a crime. Whatever the fuck you want to call it, it's a fucking crime. But Bernie can't drive that point home, can he? He's weak-kneed. The International Association of Genocide Scholars concluded that Israel's policies and actions in Gaza meet the legal definition of genocide. Now, if you go through some of the writings of the UN statements here about calling it a genocide, you'll see that everything they're pointing out were things that everyone was already saying. We were already saying that, Bernie Sanders. They were already targeting children. They're already blowing up domestic housing. They're already blowing up colleges, schools, hospitals. Already doing that. Blowing up journalists. Blowing up doctors. Already was happening. I guess we had to wait for them to be like, you know what? This is a genocide now. For Bernie to catch wind of it. And like I said, it's not just about the word. Bernie says it's not just about the word. It's a lawful term. And he didn't want to say that lawful term because I don't fucking know. He's waiting for the right authorities to tell him so? When he has his own eyes, ears, brain, and fucking internet? And a team of researchers he can get? Scholars in the US that he could talk to? Is all the resources that none of us fucking have. And for some reason, I guess he needed this to make it this is a lawful crime now. Thanks, UN, for helping Bernie out. The Israeli human rights groups, B'Tselem, I don't even know how to say that, and Physicians for Human Rights Israel have reached the same conclusion, as have international groups like Amnesty International and Human Rights Watch. I'm pretty sure they were already there. Just yesterday, an independent commission of experts appointed by the United Nations echoed this finding. These experts concluded that it is clear that there is an intent to destroy the Palestinians in Gaza through acts that meet the criteria set forth in the Genocide Convention. Once again, already there. Even fucking Hollywood motherfuckers beat you there. I mean, well, that's not so much of a surprise. But, like, big name guys, documentaries about that are going to come out, or movies that are going to come out of a little girl in a car getting shot at 300 something fucking times? Is that by accident? Is that a whoopsie? Oh, fuck. And Bernie says, I agree. He didn't agree yesterday, 2 days ago. He agreed the day they announced this. When those findings were already there by massive amounts of people, unless the journalists in Gaza don't count. If they don't count, then okay, fine, say so. Say say their reporting doesn't count. When they give you the same thing. Out of a population of 2.2 million Palestinians in Gaza, Israel has now killed some 65,000 people and wounded roughly 164,000. The full toll is likely much higher, with many thousands of bodies buried under the rubble. So he's just saying, I knew all these things were the case already, but I needed the right authority to tell me so, to tell me that this is now an actual international crime. And yeah, I'm sure Bernie has made statements about Netanyahu, like particular people, but what their administration and their military has done are fucking blatant war crimes and genocidal in nature. Actually, Holocaust-like in nature. Don't worry, the Holocaust will be brought up, I believe, in this whole thing. Where was I at here? A leaked classified Israeli See, wait, but that's not official, Bernie. It's leaked. It's not official. How could you believe it? The UN didn't go over this. It's leaked, bro. A journalist did that. A leaked classified Israeli military database indicates that 83% of those killed have been civilians. More than 18,000 children have been killed, including 12,000 under the age of 12, age 12 or younger. Once again, all these things are already known, and the numbers are probably much worse than he's saying. He already indicated that. For almost 2 years, by the way, in less than 2 years, all these numbers. For almost 2 years, the extremist Netanyahu government has severely limited the amount of humanitarian aid allowed into Gaza and thrown up every possible hurdle to the United Nations and other aid groups trying to provide life-saving supplies. This includes an 11-week total blockade in which Israel did not permit any food, water, fuel, or medical supplies to enter Gaza. As a direct result of these Israeli policies, Gaza is now gripped by man-made famine, with hundreds of thousands of people facing starvation. More than 400 people, including 145 children, have already starved to death. Each day brings new deaths from hunger. As the Israeli government lies about it, and the Trump administration ignores it. Other than like tacit words here and there, right? Little puny little words here or there. Hey, wait, I gave them money. You're not going to give me credit for that? Give me some credit for that. I gave some money. Anyways, but it's not just the human cost. Israel has systematically destroyed Gaza's physical infrastructure. Satellite imagery shows that the Israeli bombardment has destroyed 70% of all structures in Gaza. The UN estimates that 92% of housing units have been damaged or destroyed. At this very moment, Israel is demolishing what's left of Gaza City. Most hospitals have been destroyed, and almost 1,600 healthcare workers have been killed. Almost 90% of water and sanitation facilities are now inoperable. Hundreds of schools have been bombed, as has every single one of Gaza's 12 universities. There has been no electricity for 23 months. And that is just what we know from aid workers and local journalists, hundreds of whom have been killed. But like, so how do you hear all these standards, once again, before the UN said anything, or deemed it a genocide? How do you see all these figures? And I'm wrecked. How do you see all that and do nothing? Like, I'm not saying he's doing nothing, but like, why was genocide such a harsh word for him? Like, hold back. It's weird. I know Bernie fans might call it as like a thing of integrity. Like, oh, look, he's just maintaining his integrity. Like, come on. We have brains. We could pick through this. Even if he was like over exaggerating. Like, oh no, okay, we get what he's saying. No, something bad's happening. But it's ridiculous. As Israel bars outside media from Gaza. In fact, Israel has killed more journalists in Gaza than have been killed in any previous conflict. The result, there is likely much we don't know about the scale of the atrocities. Which is why you claim crime, Bernie. That's why you claim crime. So you can have investigators go investigate the fucking crime scene. Hey guys, stop what you're doing, investigate the crime scene. Now, I understand that the Trump administration is not gonna like just allow people to do that. They're gonna block it, right? And that's when you use your fucking popularity and all that shit to make as much noise as humanly possible about this. Not to your fellow senators, but to the fucking world. Use your fucking rallies to do that shit, but instead you let people get arrested for having a free Palestine flag? Come on. If people want me to believe that Bernie's that stupid and incompetent, fine. I can roll with it, fine. For me, I see very little excuses for this guy. By the way, same goes for AOC and Ilhan Omar and Rashida Tlaib, all that shit. I'm not going to do the relativity game that these guys look good because those other guys are doing so bad. Just because Randy Fine's out there does not make these guys like genius in what they're doing. I'm just saying. Not saying they don't mean well or not trying to do something. It's you always have to demand more. Always. There's always more you have to look for. From yourself and from others. Always, if they want to stand in that game of trying to do the moral thing. It has to be said. And if you end up wrong when you're calling them out, let's say like, oh no, I've been doing this stuff. Watch, I'm doing this, I'm doing this, I'm doing this. Oh, that's a beautiful thing to be wrong about. That's a lovely thing to be wrong about. But fire 2 feet 24/7. Like that should they should already be doing it themselves. There shouldn't be some outsider yelling, "Hey man, you should be doing this." They should like, "No, bro, I got it. I'm already here." But instead, I'm waiting for aliens. Let's continue. Now, with the Trump administration's full support, the extremist Netanyahu government is openly pursuing a policy of ethnic cleansing in Gaza and the West Bank. Having made life unlivable through bombing and starvation, they are pushing for voluntary migration of Palestinians to neighboring countries to make way for President Trump's twisted vision of a Riviera in the middle of the Middle East. Genocide is defined as actions taken with the intent to destroy, in whole or in part, a national, ethnical, racial, or religious group. The actions include killing members of the group or deliberately inflicting on the group conditions of life calculated to bring about its physical destruction, in whole or in part. The legal question hinges on intent. So that's what stopped you? Is that what stopped him? Is the idea of intent? I didn't he mention numbers one time when talking about genocide? Like, here's why I can't say that. Like, there's a certain like standard that has to be met. You don't see the intent to either kill as many or kick out as many Palestinians in Gaza and the West Bank. You don't see that intent there? Did you honestly think it was purely security that you were watching? Until the UN deemed it so. Like, come on. I mean, for everyone not born yesterday, pretty easy to figure out. Israeli leaders have made their intent clear. Early in the conflict, the defense minister says, "Oh, this is early in the conflict. So you had the legal precedent." Okay. Early in the conflict, the defense minister said, "We are fighting human animals and we are acting accordingly." The finance minister vowed that Gaza will be entirely destroyed. Another minister declared, "All Gaza will be Jewish. We are wiping out this evil." Israeli President Herzog said, "It is an entire nation out there that is responsible." Another minister called for erasing all of Gaza from the face of the earth. Another Israeli lawmaker said, "The Gaza Strip should be flattened and there should be one sentence for everyone there: death. We have to wipe out the Gaza Strip off. We have to wipe the Gaza Strip off the map. There are no innocents there." How are you seeing all? I mean, they didn't say all this yesterday, Barry. So like, this was already here. And I guess he was still questioning intent. I guess the whole time. I don't know. Yet another Knesset member called for erasing all of Gaza from the face of the earth, and just recently, a minister in Israel's high-level security cabinet said Gaza City itself should be exactly like Rafah, which we turned into a city of ruins. The intent is clear. It's been clear. The conclusion is inescapable. Duh. Israel is committing genocide in Gaza. But you made it a point to not say that word. And now you're saying it, making it sound like all these things weren't true until the day you said it was a genocide. I have to take you at your word at that, Bernie Sanders. Or I guess the UN declares it. It's weird, like all these things were already observed by everyone. The things he's bringing up was already observed. Like, come on. I'm sorry, but I can't cut him slack on this. I recognize that many people may disagree with this conclusion. I don't know who. The truth is, whether you call it genocide or ethnic cleansing or mass atrocities or war crimes, the path forward is clear. We as Americans must end our complicity in the slaughter of the Palestinian people. That is why I have worked with a number of my Senate colleagues to force votes on 7 joint resolutions of disapproval to stop offensive arms sales to Israel. The United States must not continue sending many billions of dollars and weapons to Netanyahu's genocidal government. And their military is doing it too. Like, come on, dude. I mean, I'm not the person that says blame all of Israel, blame the whole country. I'm not that guy, because I know there's just regular people that are out there. But at the same time, this this paintbrush is much wider than Bernie's making it the Netanyahu government. Like, no, bro, their military is carrying out the orders. Like, they're doing that shit. There's times where, like, Netanyahu's not on the ground with them, but there's a kid out in the field by himself, and there's a sniper over here, and the guy shoots the fucking kid in the fucking face on the order of some guy behind him. Was that Netanyahu giving out all the orders like that? Looks like you got some investigating to do, Bernie. Almost like you should have said stop a long time ago. Let's investigate this shit. And in fact, it actually begs the question, if you hear a whole bunch of Netanyahu's administration calling for, let's take over the fucking territory, let's kick the people out, take over the fucking territory, let's kill them all, whatever the fuck they say, right? And then you look at their behaviors before October 7th, which was aimed at the same direction, if you ask me. If you're going to be investigative about it, you probably have to ask the question, like, did these guys benefit from something horrible happening, like October 7th? I think the answer is pretty fucking clear, which should beg more questions. But Bernie's too pussy to go there. Way too pussy. I'm aware of the issue. Right, Jesse? That's his famous quote. I'm aware of the issue. Then does nothing about it. Where was I? Having named it a genocide, we must use every ounce of our leverage to demand an immediate ceasefire, a massive surge of humanitarian aid facilitated by the UN, and initial steps to provide Palestinians with a state of their own. So you want a Palestinian state. Lovely. Well, you better look at the Trump administration and your government and the Biden administration. He's too afraid to do that, isn't he? You got the Biden administration too. You got a whole bunch of shit you better look into, Bernie, that apparently you're just apparently you're unaware of the issue, apparently, on all this shit. But this goes beyond Israel and Palestine. Around the world, democracy is on the defensive. Hatred, racism, and divisiveness are on the rise. The challenge we now face is to prevent the world from descending into barbarism, where horrific crimes against humanity can take place with impunity. We must say now and forever that while wars may happen, there are certain basic standards that must be upheld. Not good enough, bro. The starvation of children cannot be tolerated. The flattening of cities must not become the norm. Collective punishment is beyond the pale. The very term genocide is a reminder of what can happen if we fail. That world emerged from the Holocaust. The murder of 6 million Jews, one of the darkest chapters in human history. Make no mistake, if there is no accountability for Netanyahu and his fellow war criminals, other demagogues will do the same. History demands that the world act with one voice to say, enough is enough, no more genocide. Thank you, Bernie Sanders, for releasing this on your random SandersSenate.gov fucking account. Thanks, bro. Thanks, man. I mean, you have a chance to do world tours, don't you? You have that chance. I mean, I understand with the Charlie Kirk thing, where you might want to be like a little bit more careful. But you can do indoor things where people get screened at the doors and shit like that. You could do a whole bunch of shit because there might be enough. And in fact, I'd be going right to Republican cities. Like, listen, guys, you don't like the spending over there. I don't like the spending over there. But there's also this. Here's the massacring that's happening over there. You can really do something, but he's too pussy, dude. He's too much of a fucking coward to do that. I mean, you can run through fucking Republican cities, bro, and do this shit. How is that such a difficult thing to understand? I understand you got to make sure that roads are paved in fucking Vermont. At the same time, this is like, hey, guys, this is the IQ test of our times here. There's no way we can just let this shit fly by. I mean, we get many of them. Remember fucking the Iraq War, Yemen, Somalia, there's Sudan, there's crimes all over the fucking place. It's a lot. But if I were him, it almost, because listen, Bernie, you'll be safe in Vermont for however long you want to be the fucking guy there, the senator there. I believe you're safe there. But they're not going to let you win any type of Democratic nomination. That's been showcased to you, although you won't admit it, seemingly. So say fuck it. You know what? I'm old. I need to show some courage. I'm going to tour Republican places and beg them to come out. They can boo me. They can hiss at me, whatever the fuck. But you know what? I'm going to show them images they've never seen before. So they realize not only is your government robbing you of your money and giving it to these guys over here, but this is also what they're doing with your money. In your fucking name, they're doing it. Once again, Bernie's just going to tour with AOC and pander to more Democrats and younger people, I guess, to get them to vote Democrat. That's how we stop them. We get the Democrats to win. That's how we stop. That's how we stop what's going on over there. Yeah, sure, bud. Man, oh man, oh man. Too pussy, man. Too fucking pussy. But that's Bernie for you. And yeah, I got nothing else to say. Got nothing else. If you guys want to say anything, please go ahead. I mean, this guy's fucking hopeless to me. He's just out of shape, bro. Might be time to call quits, Bernie. Do something else, bro. Get someone with some energy behind him. Granted, his fan base has plenty of energy. They're ready to fucking go out there and scream and all that shit. But this guy's like, I'll sit down in my Senate seat and I'll propose a bill that I know will get turned down, and then I'll try again. It's like no real assessments, bro. It is what it is, though. All right, I'll leave it there. There's your video. Please subscribe if you feel like. Comment, agree or disagree. Say whatever you want in the comment sections. I'm sure I'd love to hear from Bernie supporters. Like, what do you guys think? Is this is this like lackluster to you? Is it super important to you? Is it? Oh my God! I told you about Bernie. See, look, yeah. I know. If I had to guess, that's where Kyle's at. If I see that Kyle video, I might react to it. Fair warning. It's like too little, too late.
We saw yesterday video about how when like one person speaks up and then kind of almost like dominoes, like a bunch of other people do.
Yeah.
And so that person ends up being kind of a, I guess, the mover and all that. And Bernie's somebody like he could fill up stadiums, at least during his campaigns and in the video we just saw.
This year. Yeah, that was this year. We was fucking filling up stadiums.
Yeah, so he can do that. But in this case, he seems to be almost a follower, not a leader, because of how later all of that is. But it's possible that like him saying it now, even though he didn't get the day before or whenever, that more people see it. But I think he's more of like a middle domino than like the initiator. You waited till it's safe to say that.
Go on, like, Bernie, fuck these mainstream outlets. Go to someone you trust, Bernie. Go on their show and say, hey, man, convince me it's a genocide. Or it's something that I should be making way more noise about. Convince me. You could do that. But everything he runs through is all, like, it has to be like the official body of something, the official journalist of this or that. You like, even, like, with Hassan Piker, right? Shit ton of followers, right? Shit ton of viewers. I wouldn't be surprised if he's ahead of the mainstream as far as viewership. I wouldn't be surprised about that, especially with younger people. That's not even close, right? And it's like Bernie like brushed off talking to that guy, even though he gave him like a softball interview anyways. He kind of brushed him off. And it's like, are you this fucking stupid, man? Are you this dumb? Like, what did you guys even say on your fucking tour? I support the working class. Good fucking job for you, man. Fucking hell. It's fucking go on Candace Owens show or any of these other guys' shows. Yeah, they're gonna try to ruin you. But if you say no, my main goal here is about this issue. Not enough people are talking about it. He could do that. Maybe Candace Owens is not the crowd to go to because they're already screaming Israel everything. But some Republican show doesn't do that. Maybe go on a Ben Shapiro show where he can't just call you anti-Semite. I don't know. I'm just fucking spitballing ideas. But it's like, you gotta do something. You can't sit around just begging the fucking weirdos around you that are okay with the people being blown up and fucking blown up and burned and charred and fucking shot and starved. You already know they don't give a shit. Oh, wait, there's another thing right there. There's another thing. We can call them out on that level, too. But, of course, Bernie waits and waits and waits, and maybe one day he does it. But guess what? Now the Charlie Kirk fucking things are here to where you can't say dangerous words out loud anymore. Fuck. Just short-sighted and dumb.
Yes.
Ridiculous, bro. But whatever. Please tell me in the comment section what you think. Don't forget to share, support, and hopefully donate to all the links in the description box. Also, check out the Discord link if you want to join that and talk some shit. All links, description box. And appreciate it. And with all that said, please give this video a thumbs down. Let's see.
Say you wanna get in.